Good evening, everyone. Big welcome to our Testimonial Patching Podcast. Today, it is Monday, May 8th. We survived the first week of May, so get ready, everybody. Today is another beautiful day in our community. My name is Peter No, Senior Presidential Director here with Lifewave, and I always have my forever young co-host, Mrs. Suzanne McGee. How are you doing this evening? You can unmute yourself.
Okay, we'll do that. I'm doing great and happy to be with you. It's always so fun to do these calls with you.
My favorite days are Mondays because it kicks off every single day because we do this 5 days a week. And for all the brand new guests here tonight, if you're invited for the very first time, big welcome to you. Make sure that you give the person that invited you a big fat kiss and a hug because they truly care about your health and they wanted to share just incredible technology that just changed their life. So without further ado, I'm just going to pass it on to Suzanne and she can start our disclaimer and our first interview.
Hey, the statements we make tonight on Lifewave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. Our content here tonight is for informational and educational purposes only. So please consult your physician or appropriate healthcare provider with respect to your own symptoms or medical issues. Then come back and join us. So tonight we have two great testimonies and you will hear them. I want to just briefly talk to you for just a minute about, you'll hear the overview of the science of the patch and how it works and how you can get the product for yourself. I think for those of you who are our guests tonight, you definitely want to become involved with this. We are a community of helping others by sharing hope and spreading joy. That's our theme, spreading hope and, sharing hope and spreading joy. That's what we do because there are other people that are needing that. So with our first interview, we have someone that we'd like you to come on. Deborah, come on and tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're located, and then some things that happened before you used the X39 and what happened afterwards.
Certainly. Good afternoon, everyone. I am in Roanoke, Virginia, Southwest Virginia in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Been here all my life, except for, a few years I was traveling for, different careers and companies. I was introduced to Lifewave back in mid-December. I've had two major back surgeries. The last one was L345S1 fusion. So I've got hardware in my low back. And back in December, I was feeling a little squirrely and thought I'd move some furniture around the house, not lifting anything. I know better than that. I was just pushing and pulling, and you know how you do, ladies, when you want a new look, but you can't go out and buy new furniture. You just move it around. Unfortunately, my back disagreed with that decision. And the next morning I got up and I could not walk. I was in such excruciating pain. I thought I'd be a big girl and try to make it, through. But by that Monday afternoon, it was absolutely horrific. I started once to go to the emergency room. I thought, let me call my chiropractor. He got me in, later that afternoon before he closed, and he put me in a back brace. And, did therapy adjustments and some therapy. And I was seeing him 3 times that week. And during those visits, I was also using my own TENS unit for pain because I can't take pain medications. So that toward the end of the week, I met with Sally, and I knew Sally from her marketing company, and she was doing some work for me for another company that I'm involved in, and had sent me, some brochures, and she called to follow up on them. And I said, Sally, it might be several weeks before I can get back to you, because I can't sit at my desk. Just sitting at my desk was like somebody driving a spike up through my spine. And she, of course, took the opportunity to share Lifewave with me, the stem cell activation therapy. And being in, the holistic field, I'm also a certified naturopath. Being in that field, I know about stem cell therapy, did not know about the X39 or Lifewave. She sent me some free patches, bless her heart, and I got them, I guess it was Monday or Tuesday the next week. Put one on that next morning that I got the patches, and I came in here and sat down just to check email. Then I'd get up and go, lay down in the recliner. And I'm sitting here, and as I'm working, literally, it felt like the pain in my back was being poured out from a glass. I mean, I could literally feel it leaving my body. And you can imagine, I'm a scientific type person, show me the science, show me the, the studies. I'm not a hocus pocus type practitioner. And I was very confused. I stood up, I took my back brace off, and I turned around and I took a few steps, and there was no pain in taking the steps. And I don't mean the pain was better. I mean, it was 100% gone, just gone. So that was just, I called her, Sally, that afternoon, and I said, I don't know what's going on. I can't explain it, what's happening, nothing has ever, maybe a morphine drip in the hospital, but nothing has ever taken pain away like that. Just absolutely incredible. And my mother, she lives with me. Mom's 90 years old and full of, vinegar and that other stuff. And she stays very active. Mom still drives. She just got her license renewed for another 5 years. She, goes and does whatever she wants to. Well, the next day, Mom come in here and she said, Deborah, I think I've got bursitis in my shoulder. She said, I can't move my shoulder, move my arm. And she said, please call the doctor tomorrow morning and get me an appointment, and they can give me an injection, and it'll knock it out in a day or two. So I was sitting here and I was thinking, well, wait a minute, I've got 3 more patches left. So I took one back there and I said, Mama, put this on your shoulder and just see what it will do. And she did. And I came back in here and was working for a little bit. And then I went back there and checked on her in about 45 minutes, I guess. And she was already in bed watching TV. And I said, Mom, how's your shoulder feeling? And she looked at me like, what are you talking about? She said, oh, my shoulder. Oh, and she held it up like that and she moved it out and around. And she said, oh my God, Deborah, I don't have any pain. I said, I got to call this Sally girl back. There's something going on here. I need to find more information out about that. So since that time, of course, I jumped in it. My mom is still using the patches. The biggest help for my mom, she's a diabetic and she has neuropathy in her feet. I mean, bad neuropathy. She'd have to take, medications every day for it. And sometimes I might hear her in the middle of the night screaming, with pain, just a shot of pain will hit her foot. That has been completely eliminated with the X39. And that's the only thing she's used is just the X39. So that is the biggest thing. But I think it's funny because what she thinks or what she sees is the biggest benefit is that her beautiful white hair, the roots are coming in black. And it's amazing. I took a picture of it, and honest to God, if anybody wants to see a picture, text me and let me know, I'll send it to you. Her roots are coming in black, and her hair when she was younger was black like Peter's. But I think she's got beautiful white hair. But anyway, that's her big deal, is her hair. But the pain, of course, is pretty awesome. For me,
So
I'm sorry, go ahead.
let me stop you there for just a moment. Those are pretty outstanding circumstances. You put a patch on your back, not knowing what the science is, what the effects of it could be. You just meet Sally, hear Sally's explanation in brief, put it on, and immediately have a relief of your pain. That not just in a couple hours or a couple days, but immediate relief.
30 minutes. 30 minutes was it.
Wow. Now we want to make sure that you are considered definitely a one patch wonder, and not everybody will have this experience, but there are significant amount of people that do, and you did.
Oh yeah, and I've got quite a few clients and friends that have had the very same experience. They've had an almost immediate reaction to it.
Oh, how exciting! And then your mother. I just want to review and make sure that people heard. Her mother is 90 years old. She was going to be out. She was going to be on this call tonight with us, but she's off driving her car, visiting with her friends, and not planning on coming back for a while. So check that out. That's awesome.
Mom has a busier social life than I do.
I love it. Now we're going to say one more thing when I interrupted you. So please.
I just wanted to mention one other thing about myself. I have chronic Lyme disease, and it was undiagnosed for over 20 years. And one of the big lasting impacts that I had was cognitive function, specifically being able to recall words. We could be in a conversation and I know X39, I want to say X39, but I cannot get X39. And sometimes that would last for hours and hours. I just noticed in the last week, my recall has been within seconds instead of hours. And that to me, I nearly lost a six-figure job because my recall had become so bad. I could be talking to VPs in the company. We'd be in mid-conversation, and I would forget what I'm saying as I'm saying it. It was bad, but I consider that a huge win as well.
That is significant. I would say that after what we've gone through in our country and worldwide, there are probably at least 50% of the people who feel as though their recall has been diverted and hindered. And now you're saying that this has gotten back. That is an outstanding testimony. Thank you so much. And you're sharing it with so many other people. And we really appreciate that. You're always excited, and we love how you are sharing that and really caring. Well, Peter, that's an outstanding testimony, but I know that you've got a companion testimony that's just going to tell some wonderful things of what's happened to him. So go right on.
Tonight, we definitely have a one patch wonder testimonial for mom and daughter. And now let's get ready for Dale Silvers. Dale, can you unmute yourself?
Hello.
How are you doing, young man?
I'm doing well. And a little bit of a story. I have an abdominal aortic aneurysm, and it got to the point where they said I was going to have it stented, which 3 years ago we stented it, and but 18 months later they go in and they check, and I had what they call an endo leak, which the leak was leaking into the aneurysm. And if those things rupture, you have about a 20% survival rate. And so I talked to Sally, and we were talking about some other stuff, and she told me about this. And I just wish someone had told me a couple, 3 years ago, instead of waiting, like we did. But so the surgery they wanted to do was a 2 to 3 hour surgery. They were going to go in and try and find the leak and either cauterize it, shut it off, do something. And if that didn't work, then you're going to have to go in and put a part of replace the part of the aorta, and that's only about a 50% survival rate. And so, since it was not an emergency surgery, I said, I'm going to give this a chance. And so I think I started probably in July. I'm not June or July. I had to go back and check. And in December, the vascular surgeon said, we need to really check this out. So I went in and started to accepted the fact it's going to be a 2-hour surgery. And my wife and my daughter, who's a cardiovascular nurse, and was there, and the doctor came out after 20 minutes, and he said, what we saw on the CAT scan and on the angiogram, he says, he's just not there. It's just not there. He doesn't have a leak anymore. And so I've had several back surgeries, sick back surgeries. And even prior to all this, I'd been on opioids for over 15 years. And I've been off of those for 5 years. But the point is that, we have something here to really help people. And I have a baseline to operate from now. So as far as I know, the aneurysm is not getting larger. The endo leak was stopped. And we got excited about helping people survive and get better. And so we started developing a business with a company, and we're excited about it.
Wow, Dale. I hope everybody got a chance to hear this. I can't even pronounce what Dale had, but all I know is he took it from July. It is a life-threatening issue that there is no cure for. And I think I still remember talking to you, Dale, at that time, and all you said was, I just want to make sure this thing is healed, or it can recover, or I can see a difference. And then I think it was December when you told me. I was like just blown away myself at that time, because how does that work, outside of stem cells?
I took all of the symptoms that Sally has in the back of the book that she can print, and I went into PubMed. I've done a lot of research. I have about 5,000 hours of reading peer reviews on PubMed. And what I found was there are peer reviews that basically say that the pluripotent stem cell will actually shrink an aneurysm. And that's published peer reviews in the PubMed. And if you're not using PubMed, you really need to know how to do that. And I took all 137 symptoms that Sally had in the back of the book and tied each one of them to the pluripotent stem cell and printed it out into a Word document so that you can find all the peer reviews on every symptom in the back of that book. It's really amazing stuff. We have something here that, years ago, I mean, I'll be 77 in November. And years ago, they used to say when I was growing up, if I had the cure for cancer, I'd tell everyone. We don't have the cure for cancer, but God made us. We were fearfully and wonderfully made. And if we were, not trash our body, given time, I believe that anything can be handled. And so it's exciting to be a part of something that delivers health and now some wealth freedom for not just us, but for a lot of other people.
Wow, Dale. And I just want to let our viewers know that Dale is, when he says he has 5,000 hours of PubMed reading, he is an encyclopedia of health. He has probably taken every health modality that is out there. And for this technology, just for this little patch right here to do what it had to do, it's incredible. Dale, thank you so much. I know that you're a community giver and you're helping definitely a lot of people with Carol. So thank you for being on this call tonight. We can't wait for the next few months to get an update with you, but I can tell you, you're looking much younger, my man. You're looking younger, so good to see you. Wow, thank you, Dale.
See you in Tampa.
See you in Tampa. Well, can't wait to get a hug from you and Carol, and Suzanne, wow, what a way to start off on Monday night. I think all our guests must be really asking, how does this technology work? And can you share with our viewers and our guests tonight exactly how that works?
I would be happy to, because I find this amazing. And it isn't just that I found it amazing one day, I find it amazing almost every day. Listen to these testimonies. This is amazing. Now you'll say, wow, what could have this technology work like this in someone's body? And when we talk to people and tell them that it's non-transdermal, non-invasive, no chemicals, no dosage, they say, well, then how does it work? They're scratching their head and thinking, how does this work? And it's scientifically proven that there are no ingredients which enter into the body. And then they're even anxious to know more. It's made of organic amino acid crystals. And when applied to the skin, is activated by the body's heat. And it's a wearable technology. I love technology. I am really into biohacking. And this is a wearable light technology. And it's the way that people understand it the most, Peter, is when I talk to them and tell them it's just like going out into the sun. And our bodies naturally produce vitamin D. Now, very few of us can explain exactly how that happens, but we know it happens. The frequencies elevate the GHK copper peptide. It's a master signaling, which then begins to reset. And here's the magic. 4,000 genes within 24 hours, and it starts repairing the DNA. Now, most importantly, it activates the body to naturally produce pluripotent stem cells. And we think, well, what's that? This means that it's going to turn into any cell that's needed by the body. The patches do not heal. We want to make sure that you understand that. The patches give the right communication to the cells so the body can take over and it can heal itself by using light and peptide activation. Those are the two factors, light and peptide activation. The entire process is called photobiomodulation. It's a metabolic change in the cells. So how do we wear it? We wear it 12 hours on and 12 hours off. Now we need to make sure that we drink plenty of water, because we want to make sure that during the day, as we're active, we're drinking the water, and then at night, we're going to rest and repair. So this technology, by the age of 35, we've lost 50% of our stem cells. So that means that at 65 years old, we have lost almost all of our stem cell activity. And the loss of that GHK copper peptide, when we activate it again with these younger pluripotent stem cells, they have the unique ability to turn into whatever the stem cell the body needs for repair. Diverse benefits similar to those you heard tonight can be happened. You can have these results. I am thrilled to be able to be part of this company and have those results in my life. Now, Peter, tell us some more things about the company and this remarkable scientist who created this technology.
So thank you, Suzanne, and everyone, especially the guests, you've heard it yourself, okay? There's no stem cells inside. All this is a tool is for your body to heal itself when you apply it on your body. Now, I want to ask everyone, what is it a wonderful time to be alive today? It definitely is, because we're living in a technology time, right? So I want to take everyone back 18 years ago when Lifewave was created. Can you imagine? There was an owner, a creator. His name is David Schmidt. His only vision for the world is to take this technology called photobiomodulation that he sold to the Navy SEALs to. When he found out that it actually works, when there was a demand for this technology. But guess what? 18 years ago, did everybody understand frequencies? No. People barely understood multivitamins 18 years ago, right? But now, this man was so far ahead of his time. He knew that the world was getting on a lot of drugs. He knew that the world was doing a lot of surgeries, And because of this technology, he had to create a company that is going to take this and go around the world. What happened in the last 18 years? He has developed over 100 patents on every patch, every technology that has not even been released yet, everyone. We are barely in the first phase of patches right now. He knows that all this technology and patents, he has to protect it. It costs a lot of money to do it, but he knew that the future was about stem cells. So over a decade ago, he started investing millions of dollars into the first X39, the first stem cell activation patch. The X39 was released 4 years ago. We came in a little bit over 3.5 years ago, so we caught a company in the right place at the right time. And what has happened in the last 4 years, over 1 million users have joined Lifewave in the last 4 years. And 80% of those users are all using the X39 stem cell activation patch. Now, isn't it a wonderful time not only to find a company like this, not only to be partnered up with a philanthropist like David Schmidt, but what if there was a company, everybody, where where David Schmidt makes and manufactures his own technology? Is that important in today's times? Yes, it is. How important is it for the company to even create and make their own ingredients that goes into the patches? How important is it to even have patents to prove that this technology works? And not alone, on top of the patents, we have live testimonials every day in our community where we share how this works. I only mention this because in today's times, as we live in America, the whole world is understanding stem cells. Did you ask somebody, have you heard about stem cells yet? And they say yes, but the only way to get stem cells is through injections and paying thousands and thousands of dollars for it and going through a medical procedure and not guaranteeing that somebody else's stem cells will work with your body. The reason why I'm saying that is today, you don't have to worry about that anymore. While less than 0.01% of the world can inject, what if we are all just learning how to patch, learning how to light up our body with a non-transdermal way? Non-transdermal means no injections, no creams, and no pills. Why don't we save each other thousands and thousands of dollars? Heck, why don't we even save some surgeries? Heck, why don't we just even help people get off some medications because we understand the side effect? That is all David Schmidt's vision. And in the last 4 years, again, this company has just exploded to the next level. People today are understanding frequencies, and when they hear the word stem cells, they want it, especially if you can turn on your own. So I hope everybody resonated with this information today as we do these testimonial calls 5 nights a week. We do it every single night. We have brand new testimonials every single night. And if all the guests would love some more information, please go to startx39now.com. It is one of the most extensive websites to learn about the future of health. That website took 3 years of content building within our community. So you might see your face on there, you might see your face on the videos, but what we love to do is make sure that everybody understands the future of health. And if anybody in our community loves to share their testimonials, as we have shared over 3,000 testimonials in the last 3 years, just in our community alone, please go to ourteamcalendar.com and please just fill it out, and we'd love to hear from you. So Deborah, thank you for sharing again. Your story inspires us all. Dale, thank you for sharing your testimonial, because I think everybody's still shocked about that rare issue hey, they might know someone that might have that and need this technology. And Suzanne, thank you always for being here on a Monday night. And we always thank our community here in Apache community. Our Evolve team is constantly evolving. And thank you for our guests. Please talk to the person that invited you here tonight. Let them know that you love to be our customer or you love to be our brand partner, and we will get you started. So everybody, enjoy your Monday evening. Come see us back tomorrow, and adios. Bye, everybody. Have a good evening.
Wow, share. Be sure to share this video.
Bye,
Happy birthday,
everybody.
Peter.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday, Peter.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Great
Dave.
team, great
Great
call.
job.
Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
Peter.